Good day, viewers, and you're welcome to another interesting edition of the Polity Talk Show on the Polity TV Online. I have as my guest here a very big fish and a stakeholder in Ondo State politics. She is no other person than Princess Barrister Catherine Oladunni Odu. Good day, ma'am.
Thank you, Steve.
I'd like to ask, you have been at the helms of affairs at SUBEB for 3.5 years now. How has it been managing SUBEB so far?
It's been wonderful being at the helms of affairs of SUBEB. And why is it been wonderful? It's because we have a governor who really believes in basic education and has given SUBEB the enabling environment to actually perform. He's giving us the necessary funds we need. He's giving us the necessary support we need. He's giving us the necessary encouragement for us. At every fora, he has always spoken nicely about the job being done by the SUBEB family.
Thank you, ma'am. Can you shed more light on how your board has been able to ease the inter-cadre bottleneck among primary school teachers in Ondo State?
What do you mean by inter-cadre bottleneck?
We understand that in the time past, there have been challenges among teachers who would ordinarily want to effect their inter-cadre from NCE to the degree level.
There hasn't been any problem whatsoever. Whenever you have your degree and you are ripe for inter-cadre transfer, that is 3 years after obtaining the degree, and you've been working for us, it's seamless. There's no big deal about it. Maybe what you are thinking of, because you must have gathered from the teachers, is that in times past, they retired on level 13. And after that, level 14. Now, 15. Clamoring for 16. And now they are clamoring for Headmaster General. That may be what you are thinking about. Every human being wants to grow. Every human being wants to rise. And they started somewhere. They are going higher and higher. And I know with Arakuni, he will listen to their request and consider it and see the proper thing to be done for the teachers. And I'm hopeful they will attain the level of Headmaster General.
Thank you very much, ma'am. We observed that with the previous administration, it was the concept of the mega school. One big school, perhaps in 1 or 2 local government areas. But under your administration, there has been massive renovation of primary schools across the 18 local governments in Ondo State. I'd like to ask, what prompted the concept of renovation rather than continue with the idea of mega school?
Steve, if you've been following me at different fora, the mega school idea is not for basic education. Basic education, you need neighborhood schools. Schools that children can walk into and walk back to their houses. You don't need these structures, massive structures for primary school. I went to school. It was a simple, long block of classrooms, about 6 classrooms, sometimes 4 classrooms, and children excelled in it. All the children at the basic level need is a classroom, or is a block of classrooms, maybe a classroom as library, another one for computer lesson, because now is a technological age, another one for simple experiments, a laboratory. And ideally in the primary school, we should have the classrooms, we should have the headmaster's office, staff room, a library, a room for simple experiments, a laboratory, then the computer room for pupils to learn. We don't need these gigantic structures. They are meant for tertiary institutions. It was the idea wasted money, wasted state money. Because with this new block that Arakuni, later Gagu set on in the state, Arakuni is building on these blocks. It costs just about 30 million to build a block, whereas the grade A mega school cost about 700 million. You can see the difference. So it's you will build a lot of these Arakunrin schools with that amount of money. Then the other advantage is that the grade A mega school, for instance, the one in St. James's, is supposed to have 1,050 pupils. Now you have about 320 pupils there, highly underutilized. And when Arakunrin came in, he found this. Some of the mega schools have been given out to tertiary institutions. If you go to Ondo, one of the mega schools has been given out to School of Medical Sciences. In Okitipupa, the Ayeka one has been given to Sutek. In Akungba, the same. In Ikare, they are being used for something. Well, it's being used for something else. In Okeagbi, it's been given as an out campus of Akungba Adekunle Ajasin University. So these people are going to make better use of it. It's not meant for us. It's underutilized. It is not for basic education. It's sheer waste of money. Again, how many mega schools? Arakunrin has been able to touch 801 schools in the state. Mega schools, total mega schools, 52. And many of them are not functional. Why are they not functional? They don't have the required pupils in the schools. Even the one in Araromiobu is not functional at all. And you find that it would have been a big setback if that trend continues for primary school teachers. Because when their schools are dilapidated, no parent will take a child to leaking schools and everything. So the teachers will be rendered useless and maybe later retrenched because they will have no work. So everything is wrong with the mega school idea. Everything you can think of is wrong with the mega school idea. But Arakunrin has come. He thinks he needs to build up the basic education sector, and what he's doing is this L-shaped, started by Agagu's government and improved upon by Arakunrin Oluwarotimi Odunayo Akeredolu SAN.
Thank you very much. And on a final note, we have followed your. We've been able to talk to some teachers, and of course, a whole lot of them have shown appreciation to the of Princess Oladunni Odu. What exactly would you expect in return from your teachers?
The welfare package for teachers has been provided by the governor, Arakunrin Oluwarotimi Odunayo Akeredolu, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. He loves teachers. He loves education. He is a fair-minded person. He's just in his thinking. And he has been equitable in spreading the largesse of basic education around the state to every nook and cranny. You go to our rural areas, what you find in Akure is what you find in the rural areas. Go to the schools in the rural areas, you find renovation of buildings, construction, supply of computers, supply of mobile laboratory equipment, boreholes, supply of sporting equipment, supply of this playground equipment. Everything given to the school in the center is being provided in the rural areas. And what even in our local parlance we do say, Teni ba shini lori amandupe. So the way our teachers will pay back is by making the governor to come back a second term. That's why we say Aketi Lekonsi. And because it is APC is my party, is the party of these teachers, because that is the government that is paying them. That's the government they are serving. It's the party of all of us. We must see that APC, come 10/10/2020, APC comes back to government and is being headed by the governor, our able governor, our intellectual governor, our governor that has integrity, has credibility. Mr. Tokandu comes back to the seat in Alagbaka.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Steve.
Viewers, you have heard it all from Princess Oladunni Odu, Chairman Ondo State Basic Universal Education Board, and she has advised not just the teachers of public primary school, but all good loving people of Ondo State, to make sure that come 10th October 2020, our governor, your governor, Odunayo Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, is returned with your power of the tongue. This is the Polity Roundtable. Thank you very much for watching.